Real versus fake news. What is fake news? Fake news is news that is made up and shared as if it is real. The goal of fake news is to get people to believe something that didn't really happen. Sometimes fake news is also satire. That's when different publications make up fake news stories as a form of humor. How is fake news spread? Through social media, through fake news sites, through email forwards, through tabloids or newspapers that exaggerate and make up stories to sell papers, and through gossip from person to person. There are many questions you can ask to help you spot fake news. One of the questions you can ask is, where does the news come from? Does it come from a website you trust, like a reputable news source, or a close friend who you'd normally believe what they told you? In that case, the news might be true. However, does it come from a site you've never heard of, or a friend of a friend of a friend, or someone heard from someone and you're not quite sure who it came from? In those cases, the news might be fake. When it comes to fake news, you should watch out for news stories shared by friends on social media. When it comes to sites like Facebook or Twitter, people often share news stories without verifying the sources. You should also be cautious of stories friends heard from somewhere else. You don't know the person that they heard the story from, and therefore you don't know if that person is credible. Another question you can ask to help you spot fake news is, can you find the information in more than one place? If more sites are reporting the information, it is more likely to be true. Reputable news sites typically do not all share fake information. The third question you can ask to help you spot fake news is, does the information share its sources? Look for the names of experts or witnesses, and look for specific information. Reputable news sources will give you specific names of people or studies rather than just saying many people, or a study, or some doctors, or an anonymous source. You should also consider why the news was created. Many real news stories were created to inform, but fake news stories may be created to anger people, to sell a product, to persuade people to take a certain side, or to poke fun at someone or something. If you're not sure if a story is real or fake news, you can always do more research. Ask a person you trust for his or her opinion. Look for other articles on the topic from reputable sources. Look closely at the details. Does the article include a date, the author's name, specific names and places? Does the information in the article line up with what you've heard before? You can also use a fact-checking website. These websites take popular news stories and tell whether the information in them is true or false. However, you must make sure the fact-checking website you use is reputable. Can you spot the fake news? Look at the information about the articles, then try and decide if the news is real or fake. This article is real news. It comes from a reputable source, it includes a date, it uses specific details, and it includes its sources, including the names of actual people. This is fake news. It does not come from a reputable news source. In fact, judging from the title, it comes from a site where people already like cats. It does not include a date, and it includes generic sources. A cat lady named Sheila could be anybody. This story is also fake news. It does not come from a reputable news source. But notice how they designed the name to look like a reputable news source. ABC News sounds like ABC News, which is a reputable source. It also uses a less specific date, and it uses generic sources rather than naming specific people. And remember, if you know a story is fake or you're not sure if it's real, don't share it. It's not good to spread false information.